Hey guys, this is GamerCal. Welcome back to Touhou, the Genius of Sapphiros. Last time we took out, we took out Tenchi 2 parts ago, technically, but there's a part 5 in between, or part 0.5, where we got a whole bunch more formations, some of which we could have gone before, some of which we couldn't, and unfortunately, poor Patchouli had to die like 90 plus times so we could actually get them all. But hey, Patchy fell down, we took a whole bunch of shots, hopefully nobody actually died, and yeah, that's how it goes. So this time we're heading towards the culprit's hideout in the Gambu Swamp by going through the Forest of Magic. It is an entirely new section, as I've stated before, and well, we kind of know a bit about who's going to be chasing us down here, or at least coming to meet us, but welcome to stage 15. This, I've said a couple of times, oh, this is my favourite song, or this is one of my favourite songs. This is probably about my third favourite song in the game here. The atmosphere is so nice in this stage, like, it's just super cool. But yeah, this forest is kind of overgrown, and there's a suspicious looking green pipe down there. It's, I wonder where that might have been from. So, I actually laughed a lot when I first came into this stage and went down one of those, because, yeah, they went there. It is the obvious Mario reference. And yeah, we have no idea what the powers of our foes truly are, because they are original characters and therefore could have whatever powers they choose to have. But I think they fit in really well with this, as I kind of put in the description against Tenchi, or in the video where we had the gigantic exposition dump at the end that made the video freaking hour long. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, we're basically, let's leave the thinking till later because we're going, now. But the origins of Gambu's Swamp's name is because if you look at it from above, it's a turtle. So, yeah, I guess. And, yeah. Reimu's like, I said to shut up, we're moving now. And yeah, Reimu's actually going to be part of this team this time, so I guess you can say that. So, same enemies as last time in terms of overworld sprite, and of course there's a box for a magic shard straight away, so I'll maybe try and use that at some point. I don't remember when Patchouli's next armor comes up, but when it does, I will make sure to try and use that. And yes, if you go down the pipe, it does make the sound. Unfortunately, we can't get to that side from here. There are different enemies underground than there are above ground, just like there were in Haku Gyroku. And the first enemies we're going to come across in this stage are these guys, the mages of this place. So I'm actually using Neo Hakare as a formation here, main reason being if I heal Moko then I can heal the entire party with an AoE, which is really good. Moko's silence induction should be quite nice here, so we'll go ahead and use that. I actually had a new attack, I don't think I've shown this one yet, Hakare Needle. It's also a stronger AoE move, so that's good. We'll buff up magic attack because most of our party is using magic. Marissa has the Slayer here, and Shadow Burst is super effective. Yeah, it does like 50% more damage, so that's good. Silence is really quite nice here because these guys obviously are magic casters, so we can have a good chance of stopping it doing anything, as we do. And yeah, Shadow Burst is pretty good, and we'll go from there. So, I'm actually using a knife on Satori at the moment because her second tier eye is so weak at this point. It doesn't really do much for magic attack. I lose about, I think, 8 to 10 magic attack, and I lose 4 induction, whereas I gain about 60 attack. So, yeah. Also, we have more furballs, the actual Kadamas this time. These guys will drop meteorites, the tier 5 crafting items, so we'll try and get a few of those. I don't know if we actually will or not. I also have a physical skill on Satori at this point. Tentacle was something learned from stage 3 from the Medusa enemies, and it does a lot of damage against enemies without very much defense. I don't know if it'll work here, but I may as well use it anyway just to show you what it's like. It's pretty high power. It does take a lot of big cost to it. You know, it takes a lot of MP to use, but you can see it does a huge amount of damage when the enemy doesn't have a lot of defense. This applies to you as well, so your mages will usually get wrecked by Tentacle if it gets used against you, but when you use it, it's really cool. Anyhow, just some
more enemy stuff here. I mean, we've seen these already, so I might speed this slide up, but I do want to do any fight that has Akadamas in them because they can prove very useful here for gaining more stuff. Now, Yomu being the commander is a bit weird here. I did say I was going to try and use her in the main party, but she's just too slow for this fight right now. That's kind of a big problem. And I've decided on using Moko
because she's a bit tankier. Also, there's the reason that I am still using Satori is because what area heal is good. I actually have Reimu set up for healing as well. I was originally going to go offense with Reimu, but I think healing is probably more beneficial. Having 2 healers in this place, considering my party's a little bit anemic in terms of levels, is probably a good thing. Also, Sanae can do single target heals, but I removed her AoE heal for accuracy buff, because there's one enemy which actually first shows up in this room, this enemy right here, the Harpy, which has enough evasion that even Moko with her high accuracy strike cannot necessarily hit it. Notori is relatively good in this stage because Element Bullet is nice, but also, of course, being a bird-like thing, the Harpy is weak to slash. Not slash, stab. It's weak to slash in a sense because of due to face Sakuya's tier 3 sword. However, the accuracy is really bad for Sakuya, so you would need to use a buff in order to make sure that Sakuya can hit. But yeah, that's still an option. Yeah, we'll Mach Punch here. The thing with these Harpies is that they multiply. They're very weak to electric, but which is why I've got Flash of Lightning here. But they can multiply and create like 2 to 3, like anywhere between 1 and 3 copies of themselves. The way it sort of works, if they do multiply, then they have the same amount of health as the one that they originated from, but they can hurt a lot. Also, Energy Bomb is a pretty strong Mystic multi-target move, so that can kind of hurt too. Very nice to have something against that. Yeah, Notori Slayer, of course, against the Magician Warrior classes does help out a fair bit as well, but we've used Notori in like the last 3 or 4 stages or so I'm going to have somebody else come in for a while here, as we get a spare part set for Notori there, which is quite fun. So, underground. Let's go underground for a bit first. So the enemies, like I said, down here are a bit different to the ones that you have above ground. Honestly, I would like a lot more attacks on Satori than I can get here. I would really like to have a water-based move here as well. But the way this stuff works, if we see a switch here, then this switch will open a couple of doors. But there's a catch to that. As soon as you go near a door, it's open, which is actually not one of those ones, so we'll have to show it from down here. But as soon as you go through a door that it opens, it closes all of the doors that it actually had open. So in order to get that chest, we're going to have to go a different way around this. So if we go up that pipe, then we're in a slightly different room, which has a couple of new enemies for us. One of which being the Dryad in the back here. This thing is something you'll want to res buff against because it can cast Innovation, and Innovation is super annoying, and yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead and use Yomu's ability here. So one of the reasons I have Yomu on Commander is that she can halve the resistance of most enemies that you'll come across. And that leaves them very open to Satori and her Mind Blast. So that's going to be the goal here. I'm just going to Fantasy Amulet this time. Won't do too much damage, but it will hit all opponents, which is good. We'll res buff against the Innovation. I can hit 2. Can I hit 3 enemies with this? Oh, I can hit 3. Nice, okay. And then Mind Blast for the Paralysis. Everything is resisted down, which is good, so hopefully this will trigger. Illusion Laser does a lot of damage there, and okay, 2 Paralysis, that's pretty good. Just about got wrecked with Satori there, but that is okay. Of course, Dryad is weak to fire, as you would expect. expect, I'm just going to heal everyone here. That will probably take too long though, so we'll heal Satori with that too. And burst against the Dryad. Couldn't fit a fire attack on this, so there's another slight problem. Satori just doesn't have enough skill slots for what I want to do here. Now, the Kodama can explode, it can sacrifice bombs, so you do want to take it out before it gets a chance to do that. Also, Thornbind can daze, so you definitely want to, you most definitely do want to go ahead and res buff against any Dryads that you see. This can hit 2. It's not really worth it. I'm just gonna physical attack with Reimu. Reimu's MP, unfortunately, is gonna go down really quickly here. I might actually switch Reimu's weapon with Marissa, because Marissa doesn't need all the MP that she has, but Reimu kind of runs out a fair bit quicker. So that is something I am considering. And probably will do, to be honest. When I have to go back and heal because I'm out of MP, that's probably something I'm going to consider. Also, paralysis will be available for another turn here. These guys, of course, do have shields, so those shields will activate a fair bit on physical hits. So do be aware of that. Anyway, I have a box with another crafting material, the eyeball, pretty good. So this room is actually room D. It's one room further down than we were before. So that's where the exit pipes will come out. Also a rusty blade for Yomu crafting, which is nice. Yeah, enemies are going to be a little bit difficult to avoid here. And I think I will just do this fight. I don't remember if you can get a drop off of the Audius or Auredus even, but I know you can get a drop off of Dryad, and I think it's something I would want, so yeah, we'll just do that. Honestly, I should use Yomu's attack a lot more often, because about 13 battles is probably going to be the limit here, but it seems that Satori's induction is pretty good. I've given her the induction buffing stuff, so she is looking pretty strong on that front. So I shouldn't really need to do that all too often. We'll just buff physical attack because this fight is pretty much over anyway, but that should be fine. Also, Satori's basic physicals can inflict petrify because that's the added effect of her dagger. Of course, she is using the Psycho dagger from before, so yeah, basically just gave Sanai back the basic one. So in order to get out of here, you actually have to go across into room F, which seems a bit weird at first, but there's a reason for it. So this room still has more dudes over here. We have a rock synthesis material, which is quite good. There's a pathway up there. We are instead going to go here so we can see there is a silver chest. We do need a key for that. I don't remember where the adamantite orichalcum shards are here.
I'm fairly sure there are some in the stage, but I'll probably have to look them up once we're done, because yeah. Also, I'm going to have Phantom here so I can go ahead and Mind Blast, and we should pick up fairly straightforward paralysis at that. Let's just go Magic Attack as well, and shoots the Harpy, because the Harpy is the most annoying enemy here. If it starts to multiply, then you can start coming across an awful lot of them, and they are painful to deal with. But just like some of the previous stages that we've seen, paralysis is a fairly straightforward thing to inflict, and it is rather powerful, so yeah, do remember, if you're using Satori, the Mind Blast is very good. There are some stages where it just doesn't work very well. This is not one of them. This, at least the first half of the stage, from when I've briefly played again, this is a good stage for that, for paralysis stuff. Also, I kind of forgot that Silence would override the paralysis there, but by the time it made a difference...
It didn't make a difference, if that makes no sense, but by the time it would have made a difference, it really didn't. Anyway, at level 38, we do get a new attack for Reimu, which is very nice. So let's go ahead and show that off. I won't actually use it in this thing because I'm much more of a supportive set than an offensive Reimu here, but this should come in handy for later on. Fancy Seal Ultimate is basically just a stronger multi-target version of Concentrate. I guess you could say it's closer to the regular Fantasy Seal than Concentrate is, but yeah, it hits everything, it hits pretty hard, has a relatively long cooldown, but that's okay. It's not too bad for the cost of it. So anyway, we are now in room E. So this, I think, actually is the room that's directly connected to the one that we went down the pipe for. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of enemies in here. There was a pipe down in the middle, which we shall go
ahead and explore momentarily. But before then, we need to knock out some Kadamas. So that is what we are going to do. Guess I'll just try and paralyze them because Kadamas are pretty easy to paralyze if I remember rightly. Yep, all three of them get paralyzed, that's super good. And any who survive this just get punched in the face.
Like so. So yeah, that's one more fight down. And this is back in the room where we were at before. So let's just go ahead and show the rest of this bit off. Not really anything super fancy up there. Down here there is a box though for Alice's material. So we need to fight this because there is a new enemy here. These Bartois are actually mimics rather than undead like you would think. So they're immune to light, which is annoying, but it's not impossible to work around. They do have a shield, so I'm going to honest man's death here actually. And despite the fact that they are weak to light, if I target him then I can hit everybody else. So that's an option. Although I think I'm just going to fancy amulet here because I can. They are very weak to earth, so this is why I have Earth Javelin with Satori, so that I can hit them with a magic buff for, I think it's about 900 damage or so. But they're also fairly vulnerable to Mogo, it seems, so that's pretty good. Also, them counters, and that, ouch, that hurt. Yeah, they have some pretty powerful attacks on them as well, so just be careful of that. But it's okay, because we did what we needed to do in order to take them out. Let's just double up on heals here. Who do I want to heal first here? Probably Marissa, because Marissa can go ahead and well, she can laser pierce and hit 2 here, which is fine. And then we'll just make sure, because I don't remember how fast Reimu would heal here, so just in case we'll make sure. Okay, that's fine. That 12 damage has to be healed back though, you know, that's the most important damage to heal. Yeah, Dragon Fang Strike is really good too. So Dragon Fang Strike is actually the final level skill. Ouch. It's the final level skill from the sword tree. So we are seeing the super strong attacks come in from these guys now. They will start using the top end skills. Just something to keep in mind. Anyway, I wanted to go down the pipe, so we shall do that. Oh, that showed up in...
Duplicate. I didn't actually consider that. Okay, that's not the end of the world. I can Searing Needle one specific enemy here, which is probably the best thing to do. And, yeah, sure, we'll hit 2 there. And, I could Mind Blast, go for the paralysis, but I think it's better if I just go for the, physical hit here. Or the weakness hit. So you see, these guys really don't take a whole lot of damage from Mystic, the, Spartlas. So that is definitely something to watch out for. Especially when they survive. Ugh. Okay, yeah, these guys are more HP left than I would like right now. Let's go ahead and heal. I guess I should probably heal Mogo, because if Mogo goes down then my party is really vulnerable to, being, killed off, because area heals won't work unless the center character is actually around for stuff. Also, that double defense there, yikes. Okay. I do have physical resistances on Suneye, so that's why she didn't take as much damage the previous turn from, the previous battle from Dragon Fang Strike. Let's just, actually, I can hit this guy with other stuff. Yeah, the fights do start to get a little bit more involved as you would expect, and you can see Marissa's MP is still really quite high, so I don't think Marissa really needs to, she doesn't need but
she does need no, she she doesn't really need the plus 20 MP, so I'm definitely gonna switch around hers and Reimu's weapons. And yeah, we got a crystal shield, which I didn't even remember dropped from these guys. It gives you extra defense against the light, which is pretty good. Also, kind of forgot to equip Yomu with the bonus experience stuff here because I'm intelligent. Good job I did pick that up so I could see that. Do we want to actually go down here? Yeah, we do, because I'm going to be going back up straight away in a sec. So, the way around this... okay, let's deal with this guy first. This is an Elder Basilisk, and it's nasty. It has instant death moves, which is never fun. So definitely res buff against these, because otherwise you will die instantly. And like it says, instant death is just not fun. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. So yeah, they can hurt a fair bit. Silenceable though, which is quite fun. But they do have a death breath, so that's something. Satori can actually learn that skill though, so that's cool. And they're also weak to light, which is another reason why Reimu is quite good here. They have got a lot of defense, so Tentacle does absolutely 0 damage, which sucks. But hey, Honest Man's Death can go through shields, so that is fine. As I've said, they are weak to light, so we'll buff that up. And I guess we're using magic, so I don't know, I don't really have a good magic attack to use against it. We'll just Psycho Dagger attack it, see if I can actually get Petrify or something. That would be fun. I don't think you can, but just in case. They do have a lot of defense, and there is the Death Breath, and Marissa kind of died to damage to that. So Death Breath is a dart based move. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but obviously it can inflict instant death on the entire party, and it goes through reflex and stuff like that. So pretty nasty to have happen. So try not to get caught up in all that. I think they drop an item that I would like though, so we'll have to see about that later. Anyway, we trigger this switch, and just like last time, it opens up the doors, but we're not going to go through the door down here. See, the game will remember that this switch has been triggered when we go up the pipe. So if we actually exit back through this pipe and find another alternative route round, there is no way around this encounter, but it is a Yukari! So that is fine. Yukari sisters are kinda cool. I guess we'll try and take it down. I don't know if it's gonna happen though, especially not with only one hit from Moko, and it just runs. Yeah, that sucks, but what are you gonna do? It's one more enemy sprite out of the way, I guess. So I never went down this bit before. This is still room D, but it's on the opposite side to where we were before, and this has a box with the Rod of Mananan. So this actually might be what I replace Marissa's item with, because this is a water enhancer. Good resistance to water, you get regen in water land, and it has a bit more attack power than the previous one, thing here. So this is pretty good. This is probably the most general weapon you would want with Marissa. You don't really need, or Patchouli even if you're using Patchy here, because you don't need the exorcism for these two very often, and yeah, the water enhancer is quite nice. More so for Patchouli than for Marissa, but Marissa can still make use of it. I do still have one attack that can use it from Marissa, so that is fine. And I guess whilst I'm here, then Reimu may as well get the Rune Staff. Very, very slightly lower attack power because it is the previous tier of staff, but the MP Enhance will be most useful for Reimu, because I don't really have her concentration tree built up at the moment. I need her points for other stuff, so yeah. But as the last thing we'll do here, if I can get to the pipe down here. This is the same room that we were in before, I believe, but there's another new enemy here. I am basically out of MP. I really wanted to show that thing off, but I'm pretty much out of mana, and that is a very big dampener here. Because I don't know how best to go about this fight then. So these antlion lava are weak to water, and they have a sandstorm, I believe, which can blind your entire party, which is not particularly fun. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to use Marissa mostly for this fight. At least she can hit everyone by hitting the thing in the middle, which is good. Satori can do some damage too. Maybe I can paralyze everyone. Probably should have used Yomu there, but oh well. Yeah, I get a couple of paralysis, which is fine. Oh, I don't hit the one at the bottom. Ouch. That's not so good. Okay, so with that in mind, I should probably focus this bottom one down then. Although, you are still available as well. Well, Marissa can take care of them if I buff her magic, so we'll leave Marissa to do that, and everybody else can take on... Well, Satori can Shadow Burst as well. That'll hit super effective for the two Nymph Warriors here. Ugh, only just surviving for Reimu there. Reimu does have her last word though, so she'll be able to heal all of that back up. Hackray Healing Barrier, we haven't seen it in forever actually, because I don't use Reimu too often now. But yeah, she can heal everybody there, which is good. Laser doesn't hit any more than before, so we'll just Napalm because it costs basically the same MP anyway. And yeah. Oh, if that Falcon Slash had gone on Reimu, I would have been a little bit salty this turn actually, because yeah, that would have been super painful. But there we go. And from here, we just have to punch it in the face until it dies, because that's how it works. Alright. I really can't afford to get into any more battles though. So yeah, but oh, we can't even go down that bit. I need to go down a different pipe.
Dang it! Oh wait, the spot shield. This for the pop shield. This is a physical shield, so Reimu should be the one to get that. And it has good resistance. So basically just an upgraded yokai shield here, which is fine. Yeah, looking time-wise, it's basically enough time video-wise to be a good part length. I do not want to do this fight if I can help it. Maybe they can show the multiplying thing, but no, because they just decided to focus on Moko and knock her out, which was not very nice, guys. There's a pipe in here, isn't there? Or is it the next room? Might be this room that there was a pipe. I think it's this room, yeah. It's a pipe up top. So we go here, this is where we were before. So this is just the other side of that room. And we can't even make it over there. Bollocks. There is a pipe that you can go down that will take you to the right area for this, but I apparently have not found it yet. Because nuts to that. So yeah, this is pretty much going to be part done then. It's all about finding...
Did I go down here? No, this is where I wanted to go. Right, so... Yeah, I wanted to show this off. You can see the box there is now available. So... That's fine, we'll go ahead and grab that. Tefla's Magic Sword. It's actually a really cool weapon. So remember right at the start of the game when I said that the standard swords gave added effects and stuff? Tefla's Magic Sword has 40 magic defense for no apparent reason. So we just had Brunhilde with 35 of resistance. And now we have Tefla's Magic Sword having 40 magic defense for no discernible reason. Also a box with some snakeskin. So this is actually the pathway that we need to go down for next time. So I am just
going to probably die here actually. Oh god, ouch. Oh, I am so right here. Actually I might be able to do this fight considering I have the healing barrier up. I'm gonna have to revive Moko straight away, but yeah, I might actually be able to do this. With a well-placed Mind Blast actually, before I do anything that's half time to attack. Mind Blast should actually let me get this done, so let's try and do that. Resist down on most of the enemies, it's fine. Hopefully Mind Blast can actually get the paralysis on those three, that would be good. So I'm gonna revive Moko. And no paralysis, are you serious? Yikes, well the double cast on Napalm is good. Now the enemies do get the turn, no, ow, 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 ow. Get right, okay, you can see how nasty surprise attacks can be here. I guess I'm going to have to just go about this in the best way I possibly can, and that is if I get Falcon Slashed, I might end up just dying here. Well, no, because I take all of them out. So if Marissa doesn't get Falcon Slashed, I think I win this. As I do.
Holy god! And that is just 4 basic magician class enemies. That is how this stage can, how just later on in the game can go if your characters are not really high leveled. So, this has been GamerCal playing Touhou the Genius of Sapphirus, and next time we continue on down the pipe that we basically just came back up out of, because that is the way of progress, and progress must be had. See you guys next time.